Hey everyone, it's Argonath here from The Right Way, and got an article about the trans activists who organised the Netflix walkout because of transphobic comments made in a comedy special made by Dave Chapelle. So if you haven't heard that story, if we just go down to the bottom of this article, it talks about what happened there, just in case you haven't heard about this. So Netflix employees on Wednesday staged a walkout accusing comedian Dave Chapelle of making transphobic comments in his comedy special for the streaming platform. The walkout has received support from celebrities across the board, although ordinary people on social media appear to be firmly behind the comedian. So he basically made jokes about trans people, Jewish people, white people, a bunch of other people. So he made jokes about everyone, right? Who doesn't take a joke about themselves sometimes? I'm not white, and when I see some jokes made about my particular race, I can relate to them, and I actually find them quite funny. Now, of course, some other people might feel differently, and that's perfectly okay. All right, so I perfectly respect her right to organise a walkout and let her opinions be known to Netflix. So I'm not saying that she shouldn't have walked out or anything like that. She's welcome to do that. That's not a problem. CEO Ted Sarandos too stood by the comedy special and said that it is consistent with the kind of content Netflix seeks to offer its audience. After his initial memos, we asserted that content on screen doesn't directly translate to real-world harm. Sarandos claimed to have screwed up his response in an interview later, but even so, he stood by his decision to let the comedy special remain as it is on the platform. Of course, it should remain, right? Otherwise, you're censoring people's speech. Shouldn't be allowed to censor people's speech unless it specifically incites violence. And from what I heard, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, on the comedy special called The Closer. So it's called The Closer if you want to go and see it on Netflix. He didn't make anything which would incite violence against trans people. He just made some jokes. And in fact, some trans people have come out in defense of Dave Chapelle as well, saying that what he said wasn't what these activists are making out to do. So let's have a look at this activist here. So this is the person here, Ashley Marie Preston, who organised the walkout. So if we go down here, Ashley Marie Preston, the activist behind the Team Trans Netflix walkout over the Dave Chapelle comedy special, has made a series of problematic tweets in the past. Oh dear. Screenshots of tweets she has made in the past have gone viral that reveal a deep-seated hatred towards Asians and homosexuals. Ooh. When you're an activist trying to stick up for the rights of trans people and calling other people homophobes and transphobes and racists, you really can't be putting out stuff which is doing exactly the same thing, can you, Miss Ashley Marie Preston? Matt Orphalia, who is a documentary filmmaker and journalist, according to his Twitter profile, shared screenshots of her tweets where she can be seen expressing a desire to commit violence against homosexuals. Bro, I'd beat that dog S out of you. Furry slipper wearing ass F-boy. IRL, I'd smash your effing head in like a can of A&W root beer. But I'm a fallback and let you keep pretending for the internet. D. Ryder. God, that doesn't even make sense. How's she working for Netflix? Anyway, a series of tweets also show bigotry towards Asian Americans. Well, it's pretty bad you're saying this kind of stuff and then you're calling out another person for exactly the same thing. In one tweet, she claimed that she had broken her phone on the head of an Asian woman. The tweets are littered with abuses of the worst kind. Asian hoes act like they don't get karate chop. They effing throat. What is the hoe steering? Mind ya beeswax. Latino and Asian businesses need to stop being rude and effing disrespectful. And I know it's a lot to ask in California, but speak effing English too. Another damn Asian almost hit me while crossing. What the F is it with y'all and damn vehicles? I have an idea. So you have to go to that link to find out what her idea was. McDonald's on Wilshire, eating my salad and protein wrap. This Asian N, keep looking at me. He's continued. We have to go to that URL. This Asian in Subway got a fat ass. He almost looks like a bitch from behind. Just broke my phone over this Asian bitch's head. I have Asian friends, but they some effing weirdo sometimes. Almost got hit by an Asian in a BMW as I crossed the street. Yes, I know what you mean, but the important thing is we didn't say it. I don't do Mexican, Asian, or Samoan. Just cuss that Asian bitch clean the F out. You mess up my order and then blame me? Bitch, never ordering again. So a lot of racist comments there from a so-called liberal left social justice warrior fighting for the rights of trans people, but dishing it out just as well to homosexuals and Asian people. Ashley Marie Preston has served as a campaign surrogate for Elizabeth Warren during the latter's presidential campaign. It was then that her past tweets had first surfaced, for which she issued an apology. Preston blamed her substance abuse for the tweets. Oh, of course, it was all substance abuse. Let's have a look at what she says. She said in October, at the height of my meth addiction, I made a series of racially insensitive and homophobic tweets. I wasn't out yet and was dealing with internalized transphobia while homeless in a neighborhood where I felt culturally inferior. I'd stay up for days on end tweeting from an impaired conscience while shadowboxing via tweet with anyone who made me feel less than. Although these tweets were resurfaced as a political play, I take full responsibility for my actions and deeply apologise to those I've offended or hurt. I also apologise to those indirectly impacted by these developments. At over 7.5 years clean and sober, I've learned to make amends when I'm wrong and take complete accountability for my actions. I didn't have the education, information, mentorship, or cultural competence I have now. I'm also not strung out on drugs, and I have a clear heart and a mind today, she added. The tweet appeared to have been deleted since then. Of course, you delete that kind of stuff when you go off to work in another job and so on. But even if you're on drugs and stuff, you still have to believe that kind of stuff to put it through, right? There's a ton of other people that have been on drugs who don't tweet out homophobic and racist stuff because they don't believe that. In my opinion, she believes it, right? It's just my opinion. I don't have anything else to go on from what she said, but I believe she believes that. She can say all she wants, that she's made amends and she's better now, and I guess everyone can change. But don't go calling Dave Chapelle a transphobe and a racist, because you did the same sort of things yourself. Anyway, it's very interesting to see that generally the ones that are the loudest activists are generally the ones which are totally hypocritical for what they're fighting for. They are all of the do as I say brigade and not do as I do. That's essentially what they are. Anyway, and a very interesting story about this person who tried to lead a walkout on Netflix. I'm all for free speech, so looking at her tweets, if she wanted to say those, that's perfectly fine by me. She's welcome to say those, and then we can all see what kind of person she is. I wouldn't say that she needs to be censored. She doesn't actually say anything which incites violence with anyone. I mean, she did say she broke a phone over someone's head, but she doesn't tell other people to actually do it or anything. So what she said wasn't inciting violence. So she's welcome to say it, just as the same as Dave Chapelle is welcome to make jokes about different types of people, as long as he's not inciting violence. So if you don't like his jokes, don't go and watch the special. Right? Why would you want to stop other people from watching the special if they wanted to? This woke social justice warrior agenda has to stop. Otherwise, we're all going to become a passive society where we're too scared to actually say anything about anything, and we might as well just stay in our homes being locked down forever if that's going to be the case. Anyway, let me know what you think about this person, Ashley Marie Preston. Do you think she's reformed? Do you think what she said was because of her meth addiction? Or do you think that she actually believed that kind of stuff and she's just trying to get out of it now? Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, you're welcome to give it a thumbs down. And hopefully I will catch you in the next video.